Shalom Aleichem, peace be unto you, and once again, I am so glad to tell. Today we're going to talk about jurisdiction and the child support industry, okay? You have two kinds of jurisdiction, subject matter and personal jurisdiction, to begin. Okay, subject matter jurisdiction deals with jurisdiction over the topic at controversy, and personal jurisdiction over the individual or the living man or woman, okay? And child support have none, okay, unless you give it to them. What they do under 45 CFR 302.34, known as the corporate agreement, right, where the courts, law enforcement, that include the sheriff department, the probation, state attorneys, judges, for magistrate services, etc. What they do, they rent the court, the courthouse, and then you have these hearing officers. Sometimes some jurisdictions, they are commissioners. Some of them wear that black gown. You think it's a judge. You think you're in a court. So a lot of people kind of get timid and think that they're before the court. Number one, it's not a court, okay? They're operating under what is called a color of law and color of authority. Color of law, Black's Law Dictionary defines it as resemblance of law, okay? Color of law resembles law. It acts like law. It mimics law. It even has the force of law, but it requires our voluntary consent, okay? Color of authority. These actors, they're using this private business and they're using their state acting authority, and they're hiding behind their state authority, operating under color of authority, meaning they're wearing the garment of authority, but they do not have the authority in what they're doing. This is just a layman's term. Okay, so these color of law statutes are being run and operated by people operating under color of authority. Okay, so what happened, a lot of people, when they appear to this fake unconstitutional hearing, the powers to be think, or they have it, that the people consent to their jurisdiction. And a lot of people, including myself, years ago, I went in there and I got into that trap. I thought I was in a court and I went voluntarily. However, their case ruling from higher courts, which some erroneously call case law, states that jurisdiction can be challenged at any time, right? Even an appeal or after, you could challenge the jurisdiction. And what happens, sometimes they get this, or they claim they have these jurisdictions through fraudulent means. You know, they operate under fraud, they disguise you, they act like they're inside of a court, and so people go in there as sitting ducks. But like I said, jurisdiction can be challenged even after the fact. If we could prove that the jurisdiction that they claim over us when we didn't know, it was done under disguise and fraud vitiates, fraud cancels everything that it enters in, okay? So that's the way to get around the jurisdictional issue that some people give them in the first place. Remember, on any act or any law that is unconstitutional is null and void. So their action from the beginning is null and void. It's not voidable, as the Supreme Court said, but it's void as if it never existed. So a lot of these child support orders that they're issuing, they are void, not voidable. They never existed because of all the due process and all the constitutional violation. So like I said, people, beat them at their own game. Use their own system against them and you win every time. Yes, I know they come with all different kind of isms and schisms and tricks, but we're the master of tricks. We know all the tricks in the book because we study them. So until then, Shalom Aleichem, and once again, I am so glad to tell.